Welcome to Pulse of Culture. I'm Karolina Szapland. Last Friday, on All Saints' Day, Poles visited the graves of their departed. The annual custom was a unique blend of tradition, remembrance and reverence for the departed, making it a truly special cultural experience. Let's see how this holiday was celebrated in Poland and other countries.
For members of the Catholic Church, the holiday is a day of reflection, with cemeteries across Poland filling with the faithful. Candles lit at the graves of loved ones on All Saints' Day symbolize hope and remembrance of people who have passed away, while flowers signify selfless love and respect. Volunteers can be seen at cemeteries raising money for charitable causes and the upkeep and renovation of the graves. At home, families gather around the dinner table to share meals and reminisce about the dearly departed. In some other countries, All Saints' Day traditions resemble Polish customs. In Mexico, where the Day of the Dead is celebrated with particular exuberance, a new light exhibition inspired by surrealist art has opened this year. It features 21 cardboard sculptures, an 18-meter-tall altar, and 2 giant trajinera boats. The display is a must-see event at Mexico City's Dia de los Muertos festivities, drawing thousands of visitors each year. According to local beliefs, the paths made from flowers attract the souls of the deceased back to the earth.
It's a very special day because we welcome our dead into our homes so that they can come and eat the food we have left for them as an offering.
Mexicans honor their loved ones with traditional offerings such as potatoes, food, candles, personal items, sugar skulls, paper skeletons, and sweets to show respect and remembrance. In the Transylvania region of Romania, cemeteries on this day become beautiful gardens of candles. Relatives of the dead bring flowers and candles and say prayers to honor them. The Day of the Dead, also called the Illumination, has roots in the Catholic tradition, but is also celebrated by Orthodox Christians in Transylvania. Although Orthodox Christians have their own holiday, All Saints' Sunday, the Illumination has become a popular tradition.
I am part of that power which eternally wills evil and eternally works good. This is how Mephistopheles describes himself in Goethe's Faust. How might he introduce himself today? Director Wojciech Faruga explores this question with a fresh take on the timeless drama at Poland's National Theatre in Warsaw.
Goethe spent over half a century crafting his magnum opus. The protagonist is the brilliant scholar Faust, who desires true happiness so much that he does not hesitate to make a pact with the devil in exchange for his soul.
Making a pact with the devil with vile forces is somehow part of our nature. Sometimes this evil has a very innocent and inciting appearance. Very often what is good, true or pure is simply unattractive and boring. We don't feel like it helps us uncover the mystery of our existence.
Yet humanity has always wanted to touch the mystery of the world, live more intensely, beautifully and fully happy. They often forget that this desire can lead to ruin.
The modern Faust is insatiable. In one of his final soliloquies, Faust says, "Thus in desire I hasten to enjoyment, and in enjoyment pine to feel desire." And I think that's a very accurate description of our time.
Director Wojciech Faruga moves Faust's story into contemporary times, examining it through the lens of the 20th century. In the National Theatre production, Mephistopheles has 5 faces.
Our Mephistopheles is close to Goethe's Mephistopheles. He is not evil personified, but the one who gives Faust the opportunity to act. The fact that this action results in evil rather than good is more Faust's choice rather than Mephistopheles's.
This is a story about evil in a contemporary context, and the 20th century was full of evil and many pacts made with the devil.
And this story doesn't end in the 21st century. We continue to see new faces of Mephistopheles.
And now, a family drama intertwined with high-stakes politics, the Shakespeare play Henry IV. The production was brought to stage of the Polish Theatre in Warsaw by French director Yvonne Alexandre, who presented it with truly Shakespearean style.
The history of King Henry IV with the battle at Shrewsbury between the king and Lord Henry Percy, surnamed Henry Hotspur of the North, with the humorous conceits of Sir John Falstaff. The full title of the play presents a complex story brimming with the twists, passion, and intense drama of English theatre at the turn of the 17th century.
This is an encounter with a world that aspires to speak about the entire world. The language used by King Lear, by Percy and Hal is more than just means of speaking about themselves personally, or about England and Scotland. It is a universal language that confronts humanity with its place in the world.
According to historians, Henry IV was one of Shakespeare's most popular 16th century plays. French director Yvonne Alexandre staged it in Warsaw in the classic style, just as it was performed at the Globe centuries ago.
A previously unknown waltz by Frédéric Chopin has been discovered in the archives of New York Morgan Library and Museum, the New York Times reports. The rare manuscript, uncovered in late spring, has been authenticated by prominent Chopin scholars and recorded by the acclaimed pianist Lang Lang.
The manuscript, simply titled Waltz, has Chopin's name written in cursive at the top, and experts say the paper and ink are the same as those the composer would have used. According to the New York Times, the handwriting, including Chopin's unique bass clef, is very similar to other known examples of his writing, though the piece does not include his signature. There are also small mistakes in rhythm and notation, which suggest that Chopin might have seen the piece as a draft. Believed to have been composed between 1830 and 1835, soon after Chopin left Poland. The 48-measure waltz in A minor is short, lasting only 80 seconds. Recordings by Chopin fans with their own interpretations of the waltz have already appeared online. The Ukrainian Prime Orchestra, globally renowned for its concerts in support of victims of the war in Ukraine, recently performed in Poland.
At our concert, those who wish can join the fundraising for the mobile clinic, equipment for rehabilitation of the wounded and evacuation transport.
As part of their dance symphony show, the orchestra breathed new life into iconic hits from the 80s and 90s. It featured classics by artists like ABBA, the Backstreet Boys, Ace of Base, and Michael Jackson, all directed by Ukrainian conductor Denis Doroshenko. Following successful concerts in Turkey, Italy, Belgium, France, and Germany, the group is now heading to the Czech Republic, Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. A new mural honoring the iconic musician Czesław Nieman has been unveiled in Warsaw's Saska Kępa neighborhood, adorning the side of primary school number 168, which bears the artist's name. The mural was painted as a triple commemoration of the school's 60th anniversary, the 85th year since Nieman's birth, and the 20th year since his death. The piece was authored by the artist Ola Jasionowska and depicts a side profile of a lavishly sideburnt Nieman, painted using an intense color palette of yellow, blue, and orange. Featuring 2 vinyl records on either side of Nieman's head, the mural also comes captioned with the school motto, a lyric from one of the star's best-known hits. But there are more people of goodwill.
The Apollo Belvedere statue at Vatican Museum, a masterpiece dating back to the 2nd century BC, is once again accessible to public after an extensive 5-year restoration project. The effort was aimed to preserve the iconic sculpture, restoring it with advanced techniques.
The statue depicts the Greek god of archery immediately after releasing an arrow. During the restoration, a carbon and steel bar was inserted in its base to enhance stability. Additionally, fragments of plaster dating back to the 5th and 4th century BC, found among the ruins of the imperial palace of Baia near Naples, were also used to rebuild one of Apollo's hands. This replaced a 16th century hand sculpted by Giovannangelo Montersoli after the statue was discovered in 1489. The main challenge, in my opinion, was the courage needed to close such an important icon for our museums. The pandemic already required it to be closed for a long time. Therefore, the decision to keep the work hidden from visitors during this period was not easy, but necessary.
We found this new system, which is a structural dynamic system based on the use of carbon fiber, which is now used in sailing yachts, etc., and which, used in the right way, can give extraordinary results. And that's what we've tried to achieve. And according to us, we think we have managed well. There will be the possibility to adjust in the future. It is a dynamic system, so we can see if any problems arise, and if they do, we can adjust our support system.
The restoration, which cost around 350,000 euros, was funded by sponsors and patrons of the art in the Vatican Museums, a group dedicated to supporting the preservation of Vatican treasures.
A new film titled The Last Expedition tells the story of Wanda Rutkiewicz, the first woman and the first Pole to climb the world's highest summits. Wanda fought her way into the male-dominated world of mountaineering, conquering the Earth's tallest peak, but she paid the ultimate price for her success. The new picture features never-before-heard audio diary, recordings by the famed Polish climber.
I was not strong enough to tell her, you come down with me. No. We say goodbye, and she stayed there.
Wanda Rutkiewicz zaginęła pod szczytem Kanchenjunga we wschodnim Nepalu.
This mighting is not good.
If you were determined to disappear, you could, and it can happen like that.
I found some documents from 1992 just for you.
Wszyscy się przyczaili po kątach, jak pająki, i tylko patrzą, co będzie. Jak przegramy, to ruszą. A czy pani się nigdy nie bała, pani Wanda?
In Poland, she had to cope with this man being still proud to be machos.
Relacje nam się trochę pogorszyły, prawda?
Być może niektórym ludziom te parę sekund, które przeżyją gdzieś tam w górach, temu życiu nada sens.
That was Pulse of Culture. I'm Karolina Shapland. Thank you for watching us.